I'm live. Yes, I have not went live on YouTube in forever. So I just wanted to go live today because it's like I keep making excuses as to why I haven't went live. So I said, let me just go ahead and go live so that I can say that I did. So then I can like c- continue on. So maybe people will come in. It's been a very long time since I've done this, so I don't expect people to be like, "Oh my god!" Like, you know. So I just wanted to get on here and connect. It's funny because I was in the process of recording a video for Instagram. Well, my son, he has my phone, so I'm like, okay, let me use my husband's camera and I can record. Well, I just could not focus. I didn't know how to work the camera, and then I couldn't get in the inspiration to just record. Um, and I really wanted to go live, what I wanted to share. I just wanted to just say it. And sometimes when you are doing recorded video, it just doesn't give the same energy. And so I just wasn't feeling it. I was like, I just want to go live. But I was like, well, my son has my phone right now. And I promised him he could have it for 30 minutes. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going on YouTube. And so that's I'm here. I finally did it. And there's one person in the room. Let's see. I have no idea how to use this. I don't even know who's in the room. Can you say hello? So I can see like where do you go to see who's here, and yeah, I promise I will. Okay, engage with your audience. Okay, I promise I will get better at this. I've gotten so accustomed to Instagram and TikTok that I just don't be on YouTube. I'm just trying to see like who's. How do you click the person and know who's here? I guess you don't. I guess you like you stop being nosy. Yeah, so it says here. Yeah, let's see. What is this? Manage back. Because what I want to do is do a live where it's like, hey, I'm going to be going live. So for anybody that's still here, interested to reconnect, ask questions, I'll give you a heads up to do that. It's just that, oh, you don't have access. What does that mean? This is kind of like spontaneous. Because I was watching this video today and it was saying how you need to start before you start because a lot of times we think things have to be perfect in order for us to do something, or we have to be prepared in order to do something. Sometimes you just have to start, and that's what's required. And then you'll figure out the next step on the way. So, me right now is coming on camera, going live, and if I'm making mistakes or if I look silly, that's fine. I'm gonna get that out the way because I'm not familiar um with YouTube Live. So okay, we got two people in the room. If you could say hello, or I'm trying to figure out how can you see who's in the room. I see that there's two people, but it's not letting me be nosy enough to see who's the two people so I can acknowledge you. Oh, Sasha. Hello, Sasha Crowns. How are you? How are you, Sasha? Thank you for saying hello. The other person was like, well, I ain't about to do that. That's fine. How long you been around, Sasha? How long have you been on my page? Or I don't know if you're like someone that follows me or someone just sees that I'm having clicked in. Yeah. Let's see. It says community moderation. Um, yeah, I wish it would let me know who's in the room. Guess not. Oh, okay, Sasha, you've been following since, well, not necessarily the beginning of this page, but you've been following me for a while. Yeah, you've been following me for a while. Well, welcome. If you have any questions, you can ask me. If you want to share anything, I just was coming on here spontaneously, but I think what I'm going to do. Oh, you follow me on IG? Okay, so you know what's going on with me. Uh, you've caught up, but yeah, I want to come on here more often, like, because I realize that for me, I like doing long form video. I like coming on here and just talk. I like to share. um and when you do those short videos, it's like you really have to be curated, and sometimes I just don't have like a hit, like a punchline. I just want to just connect and talk and let and be inspired and be a channel, and then something will come up out of that. And so I'm like, TikTok and Instagram, they're not really supporting that type of content. Maybe TikTok, but TikTok, I feel like I don't know nobody over there. And so it's like Instagram, they definitely don't care about long form content. So I'm like, but YouTube is the place where people want long form content. Like, so it's just so funny how this whole social media thing has evolved over the years, because I've been on social media since 2012. So we didn't have all this stuff out. I was on social media for the natural hair movement, and that's why I got on, because the natural hair movement was happening, and I just wanted to share my journey, just in case somebody has hair texture like me. And so that's how that got started. And then in 2017, when I had joined Carbonation, he had opened me up with a whole new way of social media where we're going live and we got to create content. Like, I wasn't doing that. Like, I was not, I wasn't there. And so that was a blueprint. But then there wasn't a lot of people on social media. So now, since COVID, everybody, their mama literally is on social media making content, and it's really competitive, and it's not about just your experience and your creativity. Now it's about bottom line. Now it's about getting views and going viral, and it's not about connection anymore. You know what I mean? And that's fine. I'm not acting like an old fogey. But when you're doing this, you have to um decide, do you want to follow the trend, or you want to follow your soul? You want to follow what your soul wants you to do, instead of following the trends, and trying to go viral. And so, yeah, it's different. It's different. It has been definitely different to navigate, and I don't post as much as I used to. I mean, because I'm just living my life now. But this is something that I love to do. I love being on social media, but sometimes you can get lost in what's true to you, and just trying to get clicks and likes. Uh, so we all are accustomed to that on here. But if you can be aware of that, then you can always adjust. And that's why I'm adjusting. So y'all see me on YouTube, I'm adjusting. This is me adjusting. Yes. Yes, Sasha. Being authentic is where it's at. But then at the same time, it's like, what does that mean? What does it mean to be authentic? What does that look like to be authentic? Because it's like, we got to get even more clear with that, because who you are might be who you are. But then the thing is, when it comes to being authentic, do you want to be a better version of yourself? Because for me, being authentic to who I am, I can be reactive. I can have an attitude. I can close off. That's me being myself. But then I'm like, okay, but where's it getting me? And so it's like evolving into this authentic expression that's moving me more towards what I want, and being more courageous, more confident, more connecting, but also genuine connections with people, and not just, you know, thinking that I have to play a facade, because me being who I usually am, sometimes I play a facade. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I close myself off because I don't want people to see me, or I don't think I feel comfortable. That's me being authentic. So I tell people, like, we got to get more clear what being your authentic self or being your true self, because your true self is what has gotten you where you are today. So maybe you need to be something beyond who you know you've been showing up as. What does that require? What does that look like? You know, um, do you tend to be reactive, or you want to be more proactive? You want to pause. You not take, or do you usually take things personal? Or now your most authentic self is that I don't take anything personal, because I know whatever someone is being has nothing to do with me. Most of the time. So I just know my journey has gotten me to get even more clear about what it is that I want, who I want to be, and how I show up in that way. hmm Okay, so Sasha, you said to me it means sharing your experiences and therefore letting the audience get to know you. Yeah, yeah, and that's what my life has been like. And I always say one thing I've been saying is that you really don't get to decide who you are. You may have an idea with who you are, but it's the audience that will determine that, right? It's the people observing you that will tell you who you are. Without you having an observer, you don't know who you are. You don't even know what you look like. The only reason why I know what I look like is because I have a camera in front of me, or I have a mirror. But if we didn't have mirrors or cameras, we only have each other to determine what we look like, and that will perceive us. It's the perceiver that really tells us who we look like. Because there's plenty of people that think they're all this and that, but when a person comes and say, "Hey, actually, you've been portraying this," like, I learn a lot about myself through others' opinions. Now, that doesn't mean I'm going to carry it as truth, okay? Just because you have an opinion, I'm not going to make it be truth, but I will consider what you're saying, because I might think that I'm portraying one way, but then here you come telling me, nah, it looks this way. That's a clue. Doesn't mean you take it on as truth, but it's something that you really want to consider, is that I don't really get to decide who I want to be. Because I never considered myself a bold, courageous person. I've never considered myself that. But since I got on camera, and since I continue to share my life and to share my opinions, y'all have been telling me that I'm bold and courageous. Y'all have been telling me that I'm transparent. Y'all have been telling me, that I'm other things too that I'm not going to say. Y'all, and so I was just like, oh, I was just being what I felt was true to me, and then the audience is what named it. And so that's what I tell people. I wouldn't really worry about uh I wouldn't worry about being perceived a certain way, because you don't get to decide how the audience is going to perceive you. So continue to follow your intuition, continue to trust yourself, continue to do what you feel is right and correct. And then the audience will just uh perceive it the way they're going to perceive it. You don't, because you can say, no, I want to come off like a good person. Well, you don't get to decide that. The audience decides that. The audience will decide that you're a good person. They will decide that, because you could try all day trying to be perfect and this and that, but the audience, everyone has a different perspective of how they're going to view you. And you just gotta just be like, okay, if that's what you think, fine. I'm still going to be me. I'm still going to express me. I'm still going to do what's true to me, and don't label it. Just follow the call, follow the voice. Follow what is the next thing, and then let people perceive it and judge it however they want to. You know, um, and the more I have done that, the more I choose to trust myself instead of labeling it, the more things just unfolded for me, and I continue to connect to the right people that perceive me in a positive way, because I definitely attract the people that perceive me in a non-positive way, and and that's just comes along with the territory when you put yourself out here, and and you do something radical, and you do something different that's against the norm. You gotta take what comes along with that. You gotta take what comes along with that, and that's something that I don't want to lose. I don't want to lose that about myself at all. Is doing what's different, doing what goes outside of the norm, but despite how people choose to perceive it, they're probably right. But I ain't gonna stop. I ain't gonna stop just because you're right. Okay, all right. Well, I'm glad that you resonate with this, Sasha. Because with me, I just need one person on camera to be here and take in what I'm saying. That's all I need. But it's funny because, and I'm gonna do another live another day. But the funny thing is that I finally feel at home with myself. Like I really did go through a journey. Like it started with the Just Cool and Curly. I don't know if you even know what that is, but my Just Cool and Curly was when I started the natural hair thing, and then I joined the cult. That was, and I was looking for something within myself. And now that I'm here in Hawaii and I have a family, but what it really comes down to is what I learned so far was what I was looking for was myself. I was looking for a place to belong, but not realizing that where I am is home. Wherever I am, I get to choose, you know, to feel like I belong regardless. Nobody can take that from me, and that's what my journey was about, was this self-discovery, but looking for a place to belong. And you won't ever be able to truly find that outside of yourself. you know you won't ever be able to, because you might find some people, and at first it might be cool and kiki, but then eventually, because everyone is different, and everybody had a different childhood and different experiences, it's like you got to take that into account, and it's not for them to satisfy or feel this emptiness. It's for you to sit with the emptiness and ask the emptiness, what can I do to fulfill this? What is required within me to feel this emptiness, or this feeling like I have a lack of direction? It's really me that can answer those questions, and not looking outside of myself for those. But I'm very thankful and grateful for my experience, because without that experience, I wouldn't have got to this point of consciousness, to be this clear about who I am. And I know I'm just touching the surface, because you're always learning. At least you want to learn, and at least you want to expand and grow into a different you, a better you, whatever that means. Oh, that's nice of you, Sasha. It's really great to see me getting settled. Yeah, yeah. It's been 6 years. It's been 6 years since we've been in Hawaii. Um, it's been really good. Hawaii has been really good for us. It really has. It's just been, especially with my family making a move in uncertainty. Like, we just trusted, and when we came to Hawaii, it definitely challenged us, but it was definitely what our family needed to heal and to grow, and also become a family, like, and figure out what that was. And last year, Ketzel and I got married. My husband and I, we got actually married. So that answered a lot of questions, that shut a lot of doors, that removed a lot of uncertainty between him and I. That, okay, so, oh, we're in this. You know what I mean? Like, we're just not trying to survive. Like, we're not trying to figure out, okay, so now what? It's just like we decided to choose each other, like, for real. And not because of circumstances, because we have proven to each other that we could trust each other, that we have each other's best interests in mind, and we really want to be a part of this family. And you know, and that's what it represented for us. I know a lot of people don't really care about marriage, legal marriage, marriage in mind. That's fine, but we are in, this is the law of the land, and this is what, if you want to solidify your relationship with someone, this is the agreement, the collective agreement, and what that looks like. You get married. Because to the government, if you ain't married, you single. Okay. So it's like we just decided to just go that route. We decided, it's been 6 years. It's like, okay, I guess we just gonna do this. And Zen was really happy too. Zen was like, it really made an imprint on him. Yeah, a solid commitment. Yeah. That's what it felt like. It felt like, because him and I definitely are committed to each other and we're loyal to each other. But there was, for him and I both, we both felt like one foot in, one foot out. That's what it was. One foot in, one foot out. So once we both decided to put all feet in, it does change the relationship. Don't let nobody tell you that marriage doesn't mean anything, that marriage doesn't change. It does change. It does change things. And what will happen is it will reveal things. It will reveal if you truly are committed to each other, or reveal that y'all not. And so it will reveal things. It will reveal the truth. Like, because it's like, you already have a kid with someone, you already been with them for umpteenth amount of years. Why not go ahead and just do the legal route? What is it? So him and I both had to really think about that. It wasn't like a hasty decision. Like, we really thought, we gave it a couple of years before we were like, okay, like, and so yeah, it's a grown up decision to get married. I tell you that, it's a grown up decision to get legally married. Grown folks do that. Today's time, people don't. They just want to do what they want to do, and they don't want that sense of commitment and responsibility. Okay, that's fine. Grown folk be like, let's go all the way with this. That's how I look at it. Because when I think about my grandparents, and even my mother, my parents, they make grown folk decisions. But now our generation, like, 40 is the new 30. Everybody trying to be young and frisky. Like, youthfulness is the thing that everybody is chasing, not growing up, not getting old. So that's the new trend now. Is that people don't want to get old. They want to be forever young. And so people want to stay immature. And I mean, it's okay, you want to age gracefully, and but sometimes I think with that, it keeps us to be immature, because we want to be young and not grow up and make grown folk decisions. And so that's what I say, it's a grown folk decision to get married. Okay. Even staying with my husband after that, the situation we were in, that was a grown folk decision. That, trust me, I had every reason to not be with my husband, not after that situation. I think anybody would be like, I get that. But it was time for me to grow up, because we have a child together, and this is not just about me. This is not, I have a whole baby, and I also have someone that wants to be in a child's life. So it was just like, despite the challenges that we faced in our healing and growing, like, the best thing I could have done was stay and grow with the man down that's my husband. It's like, it's not easy. I don't recommend everybody do it. I don't think everybody's capable, or even want to be capable. But if you can, get through a hard relationship, to the other side is very rewarding. It can be very, but you got to be ready for it. You just can't just be here. You gotta be ready for it for sure. Okay. Welcome everybody. I'm gonna come. I did not think I was going to even have this many people in line. I don't know who here anymore. But I'm gonna start coming here, uh, going live. Like I think that's what I want to do is come here and do my long form content. And yeah, that's like, I because I like going live. I like going live. So and I'm trying to figure out like what to do with this page, with my YouTube page. Like I'm like, what do I want to do with this? Like, do I start another one or I just continue on and and continue to grow the page and see what to see what happens. But I didn't forget y'all. Like every once in a while, I might post something like a live from IG. But I'm just like, how about I just start going live on YouTube and just figure this out? Cause yeah. Do y'all? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Okay. No, there's nobody there. Why would it says participants? I don't know what that means. Let's see. Do y'all know if there's any way you can see who's in the live? Like I know Sasha Crowns is in the live, but I don't know who else is in the live. I'm gonna have to ask Google. Like, how do you determine who's in your live? Yeah. Darn it. Okay, I just clicked something. No, I don't want to do that. Okay. All right. So I think that I'm going to get off for now. But what I'll do is reschedule a new live in advance to let people know I'm gonna come live. So if y'all have any questions or whatnot, or want to connect, we can do that. I just got to figure out how to use YouTube. So thank you, Sasha Crowns, for coming on and engaging. It's always good with people, want to engage with you while you're on camera. Okay. All right. Bye, y'all.